Okay, friends. My insomnia kicked my butt last night, and so it's 9:30 right now, which means I missed the first game, and it is half an hour into the second game, and so I haven't started that yet. I'm gonna see if I can go back to the beginning of the... Did my watch not charge at all last night? It didn't. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna have to go put this back on the charger. Anyways, so yeah, gonna see if I can go back to the beginning of the second game because I have been recording it on the TV. So if I can, I'll be able to fast forward through the halftime, and it'll run a little past into the in-between time, but I should be able to get caught up. I should be able to get caught up before the start of the second game. So that is what we are going to try to do, so that we will only have 2 extra matches to watch after the third game. So yeah, my insomnia really just kicked my butt. I know I laid there. I saw the time for 4:30 or something like that. I don't know. So I think it was not yet light outside, so it hadn't reached 5 a.m. yet. So that's when it's been starting to get light. So yeah. I don't even actually remember my alarm going off this time. That's how tired I was. I either forgot to flip it to on, which I think I did, or I just... Hey, Maggie. Or I just, didn't... I don't know. I'm still tired. I don't know what I did. So I am going to try to see if I can get this sorted out. If not, then I will have to watch, I guess, I hate to do it, but start at the second half and then go back and watch the first half during, I know that they already scored, and then my notes are going to be all jumbled, and I don't like that, but it might be what I have to do. So we'll see. We'll see what I can work out. I will be continuing to work on this. This is where I am at, except for if I'm too tired, I may have to do the knitting. We'll see. I am pretty tired. Anyways, I'll chat with you guys after this game. Bye. Hey friends, okay, it's 11:35. I managed to watch the whole Denmark versus Slovenia match. I guess technically it's Slovenia versus Denmark, but whatever. And I have my notes. Not many notes, actually. I managed to get 100 stitches done, so I completely finished this motif, and I started this one. I had some extra thread, which is why I started here, because I don't know why. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry. Ooh. Lillian. So, okay, Denmark versus Slovenia. There was more Denmark fans in the stadium than Slovenians, and they made themselves heard for about half of the match. So at about 5 minutes into the match, Denmark had 93% possession, which is crazy. Sorry, I just reminded myself I wanted to look something up. I wanted to pull up the match stats, which I did not look at until this exact moment, but I wanted to be able to reference some things. Oh goodness, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry, okay, yeah. confirm some of my fears. Okay, so in the 16th minute, Christian Eriksen scored the opener for Denmark, which was amazing. That was what I predicted, but I didn't think that that would be what happened because, I mean, he's a midfielder and they have 2 strikers, so strikers tend to get most of the goals. But it was such a, like, moment because everyone remembers what happened 3 years ago, and for him to have come back from that, for him to have come back from that, to be playing at this high of a level, like, I think he has a pacemaker and everything, is just, and then to have scored the opener, it's just crazy. It's fantastic. I love it. So Denmark completely bossed the game the entire first half. Like, they had a lot of possession. I wish this app broke it down in between halves, but they don't, which is annoying. Okay. It has a lot of stats. Like, this app has a lot of, I'll show you later. So the problem is, I believe, that they were a little too arrogant and too self-assured of their own supremacy. I don't know if that's the right word, but that they were superior. They were the superior team, and they legitimately had the ball probably about 90% in that first half. The problem is they did not score more. And they acted like they had a 3-0 lead. And I think even the commentators made a comment during the game that Christensen seemed to be the only player trying to score more. And that is just, it's not acceptable at this level. Because having just a single goal lead, I commented on this yesterday with, what match did I comment that on? I think it was the match with Albania. Was it Italy versus Albania? Yeah, I think it was Italy versus Albania. And I was talking about how, like, yes, Italy was ahead, but all the goals were scored in the first 15 minutes, or 16 minutes technically. And to just, at any moment, something could happen and take away your lead. And so, let me take these glasses. The problem is that I can see myself. And so I can see how crooked they are. When I can't see it, it doesn't bother me. Anyways, so, yeah. Eriksen was the only one who seemed to be attempting. I think that they said, in the second half, there was only, or I think even up to like the 67th minute or something like that, that there were only 2 shots on goal for Denmark, which, with the amount of possession that they had, is insane. Like, they were resting on their laurels. And so, in the second half, when they came out from the tunnels, it was like a completely different Slovenian team showed up. And it's like they realized that Denmark were only ahead by 1, but Denmark didn't realize that they were only ahead by 1. And that is how, I mean, Denmark still had the vast majority of possession, 62-38, but Slovenia came out a lot more aggressively, and they had possession more, and they were way more dangerous in front of goal. So in the Oh my gosh, I did not write the minute. In the 77th minute, when Eric Janza scored for Slovenia, it was not too much of a surprise. It was a beautiful goal from distance. It curved around several other players. I think it took a deflection, a small deflection off, I think the butt of a Danish player, but that changed the trajectory a bit so that the goalkeeper was headed in the direction that it was originally going, but with the deflection, it went the other way, and there was really nothing the goalkeeper could have done to stop it. And that goal seemed to really wake up the Slovenian fans in the stadium. They were loud. They made their presence known. It gave courage to the Slovenian players, and they really rallied. And I mean, Denmark woke up a bit at that point too, but at that point it was just like, why'd you wait so long? I mean, yes, you can pass the ball around all you want, but if you don't score goals, you don't win games. So the game did end 1-1. Slovenian fans acted like they had won the match, and in some ways they did. I mean, they got a point out of it, and a lot of people did not expect that. And so this makes this group a lot more, like, all kind of up in the air. We still have to watch England versus Serbia to see how that game goes, see what strengths and weaknesses both of those teams have. I am now worried about Denmark moving through. I mean, this is a group I predicted the third place to move through. I think I did predict Slovenia to move forward. And let me actually just look at my brackets really quick so I can see tournament bracket. If Denmark came in the third place, they would be where I put Slovenia, which would be up against Belgium, which might actually be a better place for them than versus Germany. I don't know. So if third place from this group goes out, that third place team, no, the second place team plays Germany. So, I mean, that will be interesting for Germany. I have to really hope now that England don't come in second, because I was temporarily thinking maybe that would be a better result, but not for Germany. Do not want to face England so quickly. So that's the thing with these tournaments. Everything can happen, and it's crazy. So anyways, this is just another example of why leading by a single goal is so dangerous. It is any moment, everything can change. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop this here. It's 10 minutes till the game starts, and I want to quickly go grab something to eat because I'm hungry. So I will be back at the end of the England game and let you know how that went. So I hope you're having a great day, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I need to write my own father and say happy Father's Day. So talk to y'all later. Bye. Okay, so England versus Serbia just ended, and what has this game told me? This group is a mess. England did win. They did win, but not convincingly at all. It was a 1-0 victory over Serbia, and just like in the Denmark match, it was a tale of two halves. Gracie Marie, what are you eating? Tissue? Paper? Okay. These babies and their love of the paper. Okay, so, Yeah, so in the previous match, Denmark dominated the first half, and then Slovenia dominated the second half. In this game, England dominated the first half, and then Serbia dominated the second half. And England were rather fortunate that it did not end the same way as the Denmark game with a 1-1 draw. But before I start with how the game went, like the dynamics and all of that, I have to get this Kate rant out of the way. I always forget that a vast majority of the reason why I can never be an England national team fan is not the players. And I always forget this. I always try to remember, why do I not like England? Because I love the royal family. I love visiting the country. We visited a couple of times, I think. I love the culture and the history of the country of England. But, oh my goodness, my bag over here is coming apart a little bit. Oh well, not a big deal. But the fans of the national team are just about some of the worst fans ever. They are, one, overly egotistical. Like, England have won one major tournament, including World Cups and Euros. And that was in the 60s. So it has been a hot minute since y'all have won something. Okay, so your ego is a little out of control. But also, I forgot they always boo and jeer over the other team's national anthem. And this really bothers me. It is so rude. It is so disrespectful. It's one thing to not stand for another team's national anthem, to just sit there quietly, whatever, do that. But to actively try to drown out the other team's national anthem is just so rude. And they do this all the time. And I really cannot stand it. And so I am reminded every tournament of the reason why I can never be an England supporter of the national team. Again, I love the country. It's just, yeah. Like, there are players on that team I really love. I really love Jude Bellingham. He's a young player, I think 21 now. His first tournament, he was 17. He's a police officer's son, so he came up from, just a normal family. And he plays at a high level on club level. Apparently he's very mature for his age. He's part of the leadership of the England national team, which is crazy for that young of an age. I love Harry Kane. He came to Bayern Munich, even though we didn't win a single trophy this year in the first time in a decade. He still did fantastic, and he seems like an all-around good guy. He really tried to learn the German language, get into the culture, and I'm hopeful for a successful year next year for him. So they have some players that I really do like. But, I think Jordan Pickford, their goalkeeper, I think he's pretty good. He made some great saves today that really saved their butts. But, the fans, I just cannot with them. Like, why do you make yourself so unlikable and so difficult to want to join in cheering for that team? I don't know. Anyways, so let's go to the match wrap up, I guess. In the 12th minute, Jude Bellingham hit a header and scored for England, making it 0-1. By about the 35th minute, I forgot to write a timestamp down, Jude Bellingham had been targeted by Serbian players with really extreme unnecessary fouls, and that was clearly their game plan. And one of the players, who probably did the mildest of all of the fouls, but finally got a yellow card because it was just outrageous, the amount that he was being targeted. Kind of like how they're targeting Caitlin Clark in basketball right now, and it's just also atrocious. But I don't watch basketball. It's not a sport for me. Okay, on a side note, though, in high school, I kept the stats for our women's and men's basketball team, and I loved that, okay? I did actually like attending and watching those basketball games. And then in college, I had paused it, so I guess it decided to come alive again. In college, one of my good friends from freshman year was on the women's basketball team, and I used to go to all of their basketball games to support her. And I mean, there was like 10 or 15 of us watching. It was really kind of sad and pathetic, but so I always made sure to go to her games. Anyways, back to soccer. At the end of the first half, Serbia really started to come back alive, get into the game, really attack, and like put England on their edge. Then they came out in the second half, and Serbia started to look like the better side. They had several good goal-scoring opportunities. And so it was just kind of unfortunate for them that they didn't score. In the 59th minute, and I'm going to try to see if I can find a picture to illustrate this, England had like a really chaotic moment in their own like penalty box area where they were trying to save the ball, and like clearly they did because it ended 1-0. And like there was multiple players and the goalkeeper all trying to go for this ball, and it had gone past the keeper, and like an England player basically squatted over the ball until the keeper could get his hands on it. And it was like hilarious, and I've never seen anything like that. It was just so funny. What are they doing? And then they kept reviewing it to see if there was a handball in there somewhere, which he didn't. He managed to keep his hands to his side and not touch the ball. So like it was just so funny. It's like, what are you guys doing? In the 76th minute, England nearly scored. Harry Kane off of the top bar of the goalpost, Serbia's goalpost. Apparently there was the commentator said that the Serbian keeper got a touch to it, but like it bounced off that, like even, I think it was even the inside of the bar, and unfortunately instead of bouncing into the goal, it bounced back out to the field. So it was really unfortunate. And this Serbian keeper had a really good game, and this is also apparently another kind of controversial pick for the keeper because it's not Serbia's normal number one keeper. He's normally like one of the backup keepers, but he started and he had a great game, and so that's really cool for him. But anyway, so that leaves this group with England with 3 points, Denmark and Slovenia with 1 point each, and Serbia at 0. But at this point, anything can happen in this group. It is so wild. England did not live up to the hype at all. Serbia, I underestimated. Slovenia, I underestimated. Denmark, perhaps I overestimated, but I had them coming in second. So I don't know. Anything can happen. This tournament is just wild and crazy, but that's where we're at this point. I'm going to sign off now because I still have more matches to watch. I need to go take the steaks out of the fridge because I put them in there frozen, and when I checked earlier, they were still like completely frozen. So I need to like put them in some water to defrost because I will be making steak with mashed potatoes and I think probably broccoli for dinner tonight. That's one of my husband's absolute favorite meals, and so since it's Father's Day, that's what I'm gonna make for dinner. So I will chat with you guys in a bit when I come back with my commentary on the Poland versus, who did they play? Netherlands. Yeah, Poland versus Netherlands match. Okay, bye. Oops, I forgot to do the craft update. I think I only managed like 60 stitches. So I did have to move the hoop. I finished going across and now I'm working and I'm about to start going down. So, this game had me not stitching at the edge of my seat, you could say. Anyways, I will chat with you all later. Bye. Hey guys. Okay. So, I just finished the Poland and Netherlands match and I have to admit something. I think I'm burning out on my current cross stitch. I think I need to switch over to knitting or crochet for a little bit because I procrastinated that last match like no one's business. I'm not even fully sure I watched most of the second half. I like petted dogs. I restarted the second half 3 times. So that tells me I'm procrastinating. Yeah. So I have to do this really quick because in part of my procrastination, I decide I'm going to wash like 3 dogs right now. I'm going to go, it's an experiment. I'm going to try to run a little bit of water and put a few like plastic toys in there and then put them in there together and see if maybe they won't think that I'm trying to murder them. Like let them play for a little bit and then start the bathing. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not super optimistic, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, so they're crying because I left them in the bedroom so they couldn't hide somewhere. Did I mention I gave them like a doggy melatonin so that hopefully they'll also be in a calm place. Anyways, so and also in part of that procrastination, which in part tells me it's the project. I made hardly any progress. I mean, I got to the bottom here and I need to go across here. I need to do still about like 75 stitches for a cross stitch challenge that ends in less than 2 hours. And instead I'm going to go wash a dog. So I'm making great life choices right now. Anyways, this should have been an interesting game to watch because it was a pretty open game. So I might try to watch it again at some other point because I do think it was a good game. I didn't want to work on my cross stitch. So in the 14th minute, the ref awarded a yellow card to the wrong Dutch player and had to correct it. That's something I don't think I've ever seen before. Like, I don't think I've ever seen the ref give a card to a wrong player. So that was really interesting. In the 16th minute, Adam Buksa scored a header from a corner for Poland. And I had in my predictions that the Dutch would score first, so this like completely threw me off. Like, I didn't see it coming. And those Polish fans and players, they had the belief. The 19th minute, there was a brilliant save from the Polish goalkeeper, which I think he's only like 21, which makes him the 3rd youngest goalkeeper to start. Stop! The neighbor's dogs came out. I can hear them. So now my dogs are barking. The 3rd youngest goalkeeper to start in European Championship history, which is amazing. Like, I know it's not unusual to see younger players, but for the goalkeeper position, especially at the national level, because there's only one goalkeeper on the field, they tend to get bigger and stronger with age. So you tend to see more like mid to late 20s up until the like mid-range, sometimes even upper 30s. They're crying to come out. If you hear them, I'm sorry for that. But if I let them out and the thing makes them fall asleep, sometimes they hide in places I cannot find them. So I needed to not have to search for the 3 that... Stop, please! That I drugged, I guess. Anyways, 29th minute, Cody Gakpo scored for the Netherlands. It took a deflection off the Polish player. And that changed the trajectory, which sent the Polish goalkeeper going in the wrong direction. This Polish goalkeeper is very good. Very good. And I'm not just saying, like, in this match, but, like, he is a really good goalkeeper and has been for a while. Chechki, or something like that. I struggle with the Polish names. But anyways. So then from the 29th minute to the 83rd minute, I have 0 notes. I have nothing written down. That's not like me. Anyways, in the 83rd minute, Wout Weghorst was subbed on for less than 2 minutes, and then he scored for the Netherlands. And the commentator verified that, I think it was like exactly like 2 minutes and 12 seconds he was on the field before he scored. And the commentator verified that this was his first touch in the game. So this is actually, so it's 2-1 for the Netherlands. And this was the scoreline I predicted. I just thought the Netherlands would be more dominant than they were. The Polish played really well. I underestimated how well they were going to play because they had to do a playoff to get one of the spots into the competition. They played versus Poland versus Wales, and I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe it's Poland versus Wales. I always try to pull for Wales because they're like one of my second place favorite teams to follow. Like that whole subcategory of second place teams I like to follow. Stop it, please! Sorry about the shouting, guys. I'm sorry if your headphones or anything. Anyways, so, oh my goodness, lost train of thought. Yeah, Wales. So they eliminated Wales to get into the competition, but they didn't automatically qualify from their group. Like, how the competition works is all of the countries are split up into groups for the qualifiers, and they play each team in the group, and then I think it's like the top 2 in each group automatically qualify in, and then there's a playoff for the remaining spots with the like 3rd place teams in the groups. I could be wrong because I didn't follow qualifiers this time around like I normally do. I do normally follow the qualifiers. I don't know why I didn't this time. I just didn't. But so they had to play versus Wales for a spot. So, yeah, I did not have them ranked that highly in my opinion, but they had a really good game and they showed, like, you know, in the right moment, taking the right opportunity, there's a chance that they could get out of it. So, anyways, that's my wrap up for this game. I would do my previews for tomorrow's matches, which again, they're not showing the 6 a.m. game, which just is infuriating, so I will have to try to find a stream for that. But anyways, I need to get to the dogs, and so I'll come back in a little bit with a update for that. Besides that, I have an hour and 40 minutes that I have to do those stitches, so I'll come back soon. Bye, guys. Okay, hey friends, it is the middle of the night again, and I am only gonna get a couple hours sleep, but that's okay. We will power through. Tuesday actually is only a 2-match day, so I don't think I have to wake up for the 6 a.m. game. I think it's a 9 and a 12, so that is good. Anyways, washing the dogs took hours. The bathtub idea did not work, okay? They were not tricked. And then we are battling a ongoing problem with the fleas. The fleas where we live are immune to Dawn soap. They're immune to flea shampoo. I've been giving them these flea and tick prevention chews. I've not noticed success with that, but I ordered another bottle that should arrive tomorrow, as we continue to try. But so yeah, it was brutal. Anyways, like I said, hours, and I've got scratches all over, so whatever. All that to say, I did not finish watching the Hungary Switzerland match, and at this point I think I just need to start over from the beginning tomorrow. So that is my plan. I did not edit any videos. I did finish the last 100 stitches that I needed to do on this, which is great. The real reason I am here right now is to share a couple of things. So let's start with, I was grabbing my purse. We ended up going out to street tacos, and I bought the street tacos as I have Father's Day present for my husband. But I think I did not share, I did a 24-hour readathon situation with my family the first weekend of my summer break. I am currently reading the book Scythe by Neil Shusterman. It's really good so far. I also read Illuminae by Amy Kaufman, and that book was really good. I finally got the other books in that series in the mail, so I look forward to reading through both this series and the other series during my summer break. That is my goal, to read through those series. But one of the bingo board squares for our family readathon was to make a bookmark, and so I crocheted this flower bookmark. It's got a leaf at the end. You just stick it in here. I'm thinking of just making some more and adding them to my prize bin at work for my bingo readers. So yeah, it was pretty fast. I checked the mail while I was out, and I got a couple of pieces of stash. It was one order, but my monthly clubs. The Little House Needlework one, and this looks like such a quick, easy, fast installment. And then the Fabulous Houses number 6, the Tree House. And apparently for this club, okay, so this is number 6, so we're halfway through the series. She added the DMC to my invoice. Didn't even notice I paid for it, and I'm not completely upset about it because I get so tired of digging around trying to find stash. So I mean, if she wants to invoice me for the colors from the first 5 houses, I might write her and ask her about that. Sorry, I'm being obsessive about my hair again. I know I am. And look, guys, can you see these little wispies? I'm gonna take that as a sign that my hair is gonna come back. It's like growing back. I've been so nervous about it. You don't even know. It's like when I see myself, I just can't stand to see myself because I only think about my hair. That's so vain. Oh my gosh, that sounded so vain. I'm so sorry. Anyways, so I did push through and do those 100 stitches. I think what made me kind of burn out is I'm not actually enjoying when I have to count the gold. So I don't mind like this purple that is just like basically not needing to count, just mark them off on the pattern online, because this one, it was like 60 something stitches, and normally in this pattern I can use the other boxes to kind of like, I mean, like I know going across this way, I just was aligning it with this one, but this one went to part way but not all the way. So I actually had to count, and that was aggravating. Really kind of put me off of it. I am 71% done and less than 2,000 stitches with the borders. So I don't know if I'm going to try to push through. I think I'm going to try to push through and keep on working on it. However, I'm probably going to take a break tomorrow and do some either knitting or crochet. Like, I crochet little worry worms as they're fidgets, and I put those sometimes in my prize bin for bingo. I put 8 in at the end of the school year, and all 8 were taken. So I think the kids like it, so we'll keep on going with that. But that might be what I work with, and I have a bunch of scrap yarn that I use for that. I am thinking of trying to make a worry worm with some of my scrap yarn, like my scrap fingering weight yarn, because I use like DK weight, I think, normally. So I'm wondering like how cute a little one might look. And then on the converse, like with the fatter yarn, how might it look as well? So yeah, I want to make some of these kind of projects to be able to put into the prizes for my kids. Anyways, enough about that. So that just leaves match predictions for tomorrow. And what did I put on my match predictor? Sorry. Okay, let's see. Okay, the first match tomorrow is Romania versus Ukraine, and I predicted Ukraine to win 0-2. The most popular prediction is a 1-1 draw, but like, you know, I'm on the Ukraine train right now, so I'll just go with that. And then it's Belgium versus Slovakia, and I did 2-0 for Belgium. That is the most popular prediction, with 40% of people predicting a 2-0 for Belgium. So, and I predicted Lukaku to be the first scorer, and that's a Belgium player. And then the final game of the day, the like highlight match, is Austria versus France, and for a lot of people, France is their top pick on who's gonna win the whole tournament. And I predicted a 3-0 win for France, with Dembele being the first to score. And 27% of people predicted that score line as well. That is the most popular score line. So I am going to try to wake up at like 5:30 and find the stream. Like, hopefully find someone who is streaming it. If I'm super exhausted, then I will just put that first match to be watched at the end of the day, because I know the other two are on the Fox Sports. So that's what's happening. I am going to go to bed now. I'm going to worry about editing all the videos tomorrow after I watch the matches. So hopefully we can get it done. Okay. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.